And it took me 10 years to develop this. I did not get this in one swoop. I did not receive this in sitting at home in a chair meditating or doing yoga. It enveloped and escalated and then became integrated when I sat in different portals where the higher frequencies of infinite intelligence have visited, such as Machu Picchu, Lake Titicaca, Sedona Red Rocks at the Shaman Portal up in a mountain there, in Stonehenge and Avebury Circle, where many visitors came through from higher dimensions. It takes time to develop this. And I couldn't see things that I see now. I couldn't feel somebody standing right here. I couldn't do that before. I just was trying to understand the actual language. So what I've been doing, going into the sacred portals in the world and stepping in these higher frequencies, I have been expanding the consciousness of the right brain. So it's actually growing into more than an intuitive brain, more than to a psychic brain, more than to a mediumship of channeling other spirits. He's asking me to sit back, relax, and tell you a story. Many, many, many full moons ago, a heightened energy of a spirit entered into a small adobe hut on Lake Titicaca in Peru. Sitting in the darkness on a full moon, there was a fear for but a second and released. So laying in this little cot in this hut up in Lake Titicaca, I knew there was somebody standing beside me. It was a spirit of some being. It was there. And I just waited on what the message was. And I thought, I'm going to communicate with this. I'm going to listen within the inner mind and hear within my heart, what is this? What is it that you have for me? What is it you bring to me? I am here, yet I am many. To bring you the message that you will be the one who will bring a oneness consciousness of frequencies, of informations to all teachers, all light workers, all who come here to visit portals on the planet must know these teachings, must move into enlightenment, and must move into a oneness consciousness to assist in the ascension of the planet. Every double digit of every month will be a gateway, and we will come and we will speak to you, and you will deliver a message that will begin the transformation of the consciousness of mankind, plant kind, animal kind on this planet, to prepare the ascension frequencies to be enveloped within their brain wave patterns. So I am putting together a gateway journal of all of the messages that have come together from this being, and imagine, in 2010 in Lake Titicaca, telling me my journey. Your journey is to speak, teach, and heal through the word as many nations as you can. Yeah, that's my journey now. Lake Titicaca, the Apu Mountains are filled with energies of these heightened dimensional frequencies of spirits beyond that speak to many of the shamans, the güeros, and many of the people there. And when I talked to, there was a medicine man that walked, actually, he's they call him like a priest, but he's the medicine man. And I have met with him. He walked 5 hours down the top of the mountain, through the Amazon jungle. This is in Machu Picchu. And he came all the way down to meet me and do a despacho ceremony and a healing. When I was actually in Panama, I went to the rainforest in a jungle in the Panama, way through the Panama Canal, off into a jungle. I was in a 22-foot dugout log, right? The guy was like pushing like this through the jungle. There's draping vines like this, and we're getting deeper and deeper into the jungle. And I met a medicine man in there. This was a true indigenous tribe. Only the second people, white people, or any people that would enter into their tribe. And he just sat like this, absolute stillness to the energies of consciousness coming in. They brought him the water, the food that he wanted, to serve me the food, the water I wanted, all telepathic. No words spoken. That is the highest, for me, the highest point of going on my first journey into a sacred jungle or a sacred portal to meet a shaman. This was probably in 2009. So you see, you know, when they're indigenous tribes, or whether they're in the jungles, in the rainforests in Panama, or in a high mountain cave in Machu Picchu, or on a reed island in Lake Titicaca, or in Australia, or in England. These sacred people understand there's a hidden frequency, a hidden consciousness field that is within the formations on this planet, whether it's the rocks, the caves, the animals, the portals in the ground. They know, and they communicate with them. And I was drawn to the aspect of integrating those same frequencies into my beingness, into my intelligence that is now elevated. When we become open to receive these energy fields of enlightenment and consciousness fields of many, many beings, you start to awaken your gifts within you. It must be noted that the gifts of enlightenment and the gifts of all sacredness is in every child on this planet. So for myself, as walking into these portals in England, Avebury Circle, I could feel the energy fields on these ancient rocks. And they felt to me as ancient soldiers who wanted to speak to me. And it was a very enlightening experience, and also understanding that you would have when a thought comes in your consciousness, and when your thought comes in your mind, that is there such thing as higher beings or spiritual beings that are arriving and just being with us. This is an experience that I have actually held deep within my knowingness now, that yes, they are here. In Avebury Circle, you have a number of freestanding stones. This area is much heavier in energies and fields than Stonehenge. I'd been to Stonehenge the night before at sunset, and then came to Avebury Circle the next day. These are freestanding huge rocks that are all on their own. And as they were sitting there in their stone structure, very much like a tree sitting here or this fence post, And you can go up and touch the actual rock. As you're touching the rock, you can feel that there is an energy field emitting from that rock. And so I was just walking along, and all of a sudden I heard, "I'm over here." So I turned my head to look behind, and it would be like, as far as that second fence post away, was a rock that was left free, like on its own, that I had walked by on this path. I literally walked by this large stone. So I walked back, all the way back to the stone, and I walked over to the stone, and I touched the stone. The love that was emanating, it was as if I just came and just hugged you. It was the spirit of this being that was in there. And so I leaned back on the rock and placed the back of my heart onto the rock and just waited on the energies, and I could feel all of this frequency coming through the whole body. So then I walked around to the other side, to the back of the stone, and there was a huge face. It was very much like an alien. I don't know, like. So as I was walking away, I could feel the love getting stronger and stronger and pulling me back to the rock. I am really taking on these frequencies of this higher dimensional being. So in fact, they really are here, hidden in the rocks. A free rock standing on its own in the center of a field, a country field like this, held a structure of a being in its place in its consciousness field. Even when I looked back, it was like a soldier. It was the most unbelievable sense of knowing this is a intelligent spiritual being that is locked in time, locked into dormancy in this very, very powerful area of Avebury Circle.